What are the best cryptocurrencies to be buying right now? Well, in today's video, I want to share with you the cryptocurrencies that I personally have been buying over the last few weeks. I believe that all these are tapping into some hot stuff in the market and have some great potential. My name is Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if that's a topic you'd like to learn some more about, maybe just stay up to date with, then you should definitely subscribe to the Lark Davis channel. Also, if you take a quick second to tap on that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, I'd massively appreciate it. And of course, anybody who'd like to receive a notification when I put out a new video should click on the notification bell. By the way, every single week I produce Wealth Mastery. This is a cryptocurrency investor report designed to help keep you ahead of the curve in this fast-moving market. Every issue you get DeFi tutorials, altcoin reports, technical analysis, tips, trending coins, airdrop alerts, token sales, my complete portfolio updates, and much, much more. You can sign up as a free member or go premium to get the whole package. Click on the link down below where you can learn more about becoming a member today. Now, let's get into this topic. So, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's first one. Look, I don't want to spend a lot of time on Bitcoin and Ethereum because you guys know I got the Bitcoin, we got the Ethereum. You want the hot altcoin juice, but I just wanted to mention real quick that I did buy a little bit of Bitcoin recently. Not a crazy amount, but a little bit, because why the heck not? Feel like it was kind of, the price has gone down. It's not a bad time to add a little bit to the stack. Of course, I'm always kind of adding in little bits of Bitcoin, but I haven't made any huge Bitcoin purchases in quite a long time. Just trickles, adding a little bit here, a little bit there. Just, when I'm taking some profits on some altcoins or some trades or whatever, I'll throw a little bit of that into Bitcoin. Long-term stack, Ethereum as well. I bought a little bit of Ethereum. Again, we're not breaking the bank here on my Bitcoin and Ethereum purchases. This stuff is just long-term wealth assets. They're fine. They're chilling. The real money, though, is made in altcoin land. So let's talk about some altcoins. What has Lark been buying? Well, one thing that I put a lot of funds, we should say, into over the last month, Polka Dot Parachain auctions, not the core dot asset. In fact, I actually took a little bit of profit on my Polka Dot bag. So basically I took about 92, 93, 94%, something like that, of my entire dot stack and just plowed it into parachain auctions. The other 6-7% I actually sold. So basically now I have got all my capital back on the Polka Dot that I was buying around $3, $4, $5, $6. My average entry on Polka Dot's somewhere like, $7, $8 or something like that. So took some profits out, got the initial capital, most of it back out. Anyway, everything else has gone into parachain auctions. Basically, the idea is I'm going to get that Polka Dot back in 2 years. Hopefully it'll be worth, something decent when I do get it returned. However, I think that the parachain auctions are going to be massively profitable. As I have said previously on the channel, I was backing a few different ones. I put my money into Akala. I put my money into Moonbeam. I put my money into Efinity, which is Engine's NFT gaming play for the Polka Dot ecosystem. I put my money into Parallel Finance. I also threw a little bit into a couple of the other ones, just very small amounts into some of the other parachains, but like 90% of my Polka Dot went into backing those 4 parachain auctions. So we shall see how that plays out, but those are some other things that I have been buying. We already talked about that in a previous video, so very bullish on Polka Dot parachains. I did, of course, invest in a lot of those this month. But let's get into altcoin time. So the smaller cap stuff, the stuff with some great upside potential. First, let's talk about Bridge Mutual. Now, this is an insurance play. So cryptocurrency insurance is a massively, massively important area of the entire cryptocurrency market. Players like Nexus Mutual have literally paid out hundreds of millions of dollars in insurance claims, and because of the massive risk of smart contract hacks, which happen all of the time in crypto, you need to have insurance. Bridge Mutual is the snappy, upcoming insurance platform. They're also expanding out to other chains like Solana. They've got a big shakeup to the tokenomics coming soon. Some pretty big rumored partnerships on the way as well. So because of all that stuff going on, Bridge Mutual V2 coming out in a few weeks, I doubled my bag of Bridge Mutual. So I had a bit from the pre-sale from back in the day. I farmed a truckload of it, and then I just went and bought, basically doubling my bag of Bridge Mutual, because I think that with all the upcoming catalysts, we will see the price of this one going up, which is exactly why I bought a bunch of Bridge Mutual. Next, let's talk about the Avalanche ecosystem. Now, Avalanche has been pretty nice to use. I've been using Trader Joe, and of course, that's based on Avalanche. So what I have actually been doing is farming a whole bunch of Trader Joe tokens and also Avalanche tokens. Right now, Trader Joe is running an incentive program where you can get about 75% APY paid out in Joe tokens and Avalanche tokens for providing liquidity into the Joe Avalanche pair. So in order to do that, I bought a truckload of Avalanche, traded half of that into Joe on the Trader Joe platform, piled it all into the farm. So I'm farming those tokens, getting around 75% APY at the moment, paid out, of course, in Joe and in Avalanche. This, I think, is a great exposure to the entire, really just the entire ecosystem of Avalanche, right? So it's the core asset plus the most popular decentralized exchange on the Avalanche network. So really, if you just want to look at the kind of the ecosystem plays and what's kind of happening outside of the Ethereum space, there's so much going on. And you don't have to make it super complicated. My kind of thesis here is that other layer 1 chains will do well, and you don't need to make it super complicated. You can just invest in the layer 1 chain itself, as I have done with Avalanche, and you can just invest in maybe one or two of the top protocols on that, as I have done with Joe. So I am farming both of those currently. It's going out pretty well so far. We'll continue to see how that moves in the future, but bullish on the Avalanche ecosystem moving forward. So I feel like both getting into Joe and getting into Avalanche, not a bad thing to be doing at this particular time with the sort of rise of all these alternative layer 1s, lots of money moving on to these chains. You can see total value locked in Joe, for example, is like $2.5 billion. They're doing huge trading volumes and stuff as well over there. So we are seeing DeFi finding a new home on these other chains. And if you compare the market cap of something like Trader Joe, which has just a $500 million market cap, to something like Uniswap, which has a $10 billion market cap, you can kind of feel that, yeah, this is sort of an undervalued player in comparison if we see this continuing to move forward in terms of the trend of people looking out for these alternative layer 1 solutions. Next, let's talk about gaming. Crypto gaming, baby. It's so hot. It's so hot right now. It's crazy. And look, gaming is something that we have been talking about on this channel for years now, but I think we're really reaching an interesting inflection point with gaming right now, because we're starting to see so many good games finally coming out. I think the last year has been really revolutionary when, the Axie Infinity really started taking off and the play to earn thing really got proven in practice via Axie Infinity. Now, previously, a lot of the games we had were just like retro arcade game kind of stuff, terrible graphics, all this whatever, not awesome gameplay, etc., etc. But now we're actually starting to get really, really cool games. So these are the plays I've been making this month in the gaming space. Now, there's a few here that the few others that I've invested in, I'm not actually talking about in today's video. So those are our pre-sale investments that we're going to talk about later when it becomes more relevant. But these are ones that you can go out right now, buy on the open market, should you, of course, choose to do so. It's what I did. You can choose to do that or not. It's also an option. Of course, you should always DYOR before just aping into something. Just because I'm buying it doesn't mean that you're going to agree with me on that. So you should, of course, understand what it is that you're buying if you want to buy the things that I buy. So the first one here is Aurora. Now, this is a Solana-based game. You can see here's some of the stuff, some of the gameplay footage and stuff like this. So this is a JRPG. I really like this kind of stuff. It's just cool. I think it has the potential to be a popular game that does well. It's got some really big backers behind it. So I bought a bunch of their tokens and I'm currently staking them. I haven't checked on the staking reward percentage in a few days, but it was pretty high last time I had a look at that. So this is basically a bet that this game will manage to become big. You can see right now the market is valuing it pretty highly at $150 million market cap before the game has actually released. Now, if we can see this follow along with the success of some of the other big games that we've seen, well, then we could see this get up to over $1 billion market cap. That is where I will be watching for starting to carve off some profits on that. The next one I want to talk to you about is called Rangers Protocol. And this is a very small market cap coin at just $33 million. I got a big bag around the $30 mark, so it's up a bit since then, but still I think the potential here for something like Rangers Protocol is pretty damn big. So very small market cap and tapping into gaming metaverse infrastructure. Very, very interesting. So this is a virtual world blockchain infrastructure play. The mainnet coming in 13 days. I feel like that's something worth keeping an eye on there. So these guys are basically building infrastructure to help people do crypto gaming in an easier way. So they're bringing in the key NFT protocols that you need. They're bringing in cross-chain compatibility, making it super easy for developers to come and build crypto games. So it's a pretty cool idea. We've also seen, actually this is their full backers list here. So this we've got some massive backers behind this one as well. Pantera, Alameda, Hashkey, Huobi. So this is basically an infrastructure play for crypto gaming. So it's a low cap. We'll see how it goes. I'm looking for probably like a 10x on this one. So that would be it getting up to like a $200 million approximately market cap. I think with the mainnet coming up, the big backers behind it, the general gaming metaverse trend that we're seeing, that's not such an unrealistic target. The next one is Merit Circle. Now, Merit Circle is one that I've actually been farming. Just crazy amounts of farm. But of course, in order to farm Merit Circle, you need to buy some Merit Circles. So I took a chunk of Ethereum. 50% of that went into Merit Circle. The other 50%, of course, stays in Ethereum in order to provide liquidity. I think it was in Sushi Swap, so the liquidity for this. So then the staking rewards for this are just absolutely crazy, which is one of the reasons why I decided to get into it, because the staking rewards are super, super lucrative. And obviously, again, we are tapping into that gaming trend here. So this is like a gaming guild coin. So they are focused on developing the play to earn gaming economy. So you could almost think of this as like a venture capital fund, but for the cryptocurrency gaming space, the metaverse space. So these guys are out there creating all of this value by tapping into those areas and into those assets, which is very, very interesting. Also, of course, worth pointing out here that backed by the Digital Currency Group, which of course the guys behind Grayscale, the biggest Bitcoin fund in the world. So kind of a big deal. Some other great names on here too, like Mechanism Capital. So this one, again, great farming rewards. I'm just enjoying that, farming the heck out of this coin right now. Final coin on the list today is Illuvium. Now, Illuvium is a play-to-earn game. It's been doing very, very well. Of course, the market cap is getting up close to $1 billion right now. The staking rewards on this also very, very nice. They're around 400% APY. You have to lock up your stake and all this stuff, but I'm farming this coin. And of course, again, we had to take some Ethereum. 50% of the Ethereum is staying in Ethereum. 50% of the Ethereum goes into the Illuvium token. You lock that up in a liquidity pool and then start farming on their website. But the rewards are crazy, and if the game succeeds, as I think it could, then those rewards are going to pay out very, very handsomely. You can see here, we'll put the trailer up here for it because Illuvium is a super, super cool looking game. Now this is obviously the cinematic trailer. We do have some gameplay footage in here as well, so you can kind of get an idea for what the game actually looks like, as well as, of course, all the the cinematic trailer stuff as well. It gives you an idea of the world that Illuvium will be, the kind of game that Illuvium is building here. I just think it's super cool. Again, this is the kind of gaming stuff that I personally like, and I think that's the cool thing you see about gaming right now is that you can find the kind of games that speak to you. There's so much happening in the gaming space right now. There's so many games coming out, and look, not all the games are going to be successful in the long run, but find the games that you think look cool, that are, I love this kind of sci-fi, RPG kind of stuff. So, for me, makes sense to be providing liquidity into their platform and farming the heck out of these coins. Now, obviously, with farming, there is, of course, the risk of impermanent loss. So you do have to keep that in mind. If you don't understand about that, go and read about impermanent loss. But the basic idea is that by providing liquidity, you could end up suffering a loss of funds. So not all your funds, but let's say you're going to lose 20 or 30% of the money that you put in. So if you put in $10,000 into the liquidity program, you end up, by the time you take it back out in a year's time, with only let's say $6,000 or $7,000. The idea is that the rewards are going to be high enough that you're going to do well in the end, because you're getting all of these mass rewards, and of course rewards paid out in Illuvium tokens, I think could do very, very well over time, because I think this is a game that has got a lot of potential. Anyway, those are just the cryptocurrencies that I personally have been buying. As you can see, Bitcoin and Ethereum just nibbles. We got plenty of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the portfolio. I'm looking to make bigger gains. I think it's the time in the market when those bigger gains are happening. That's why I'm looking at these lower cap altcoins, alternative chains, and of course, trying to get those gaming coins, farming them when and where possible, buying and staking them in other situations. But there's an incredible opportunity right here in the market right now. I think gaming, metaverse, all that kind of stuff is going to be so damn big. And the games that do go big are going to make crazy returns for investors, which is exactly why I'm allocating more capital into the gaming space. But what about you? What cryptocurrencies have you been buying recently? Let us all know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.